And my son Ian. All right. My family and I went to the YMCA Healthy Kids Day Fair a few years ago, and my son Ian walked over and spun a prize wheel at the Long's Martial Arts booth. He had won 2 classes for $10. We took him to his first class a week later, and we basically never left. Ian started doing evening classes, then summer camp, then the after-school program. We had become part of the Long's Martial Arts family. I'm a military veteran, and after being out of the military for a few years, I was still having a hard time adjusting to civilian life. After college, I landed this nice cushy desk job designing fiber optic networks, and I sat behind a desk for 8 hours a day and was basically miserable. Gained weight and became an emotional vegetable. So I needed a massive change in my life. One day I walked into HMA. HMA Oklahoma location to pick up Ian, and there was a sign on the door that said they were looking for someone to drive a bus in the after-school program. And I thought, well, how hard could it be? I drove a tank in the Army. So I started driving the bus for a while, and then Master Son asked me when I was going to start my Taekwondo training. And I was like, great, Taekwondo training goes with bus driving, okay? So I had never given it any thought. I thought I was just a driver. What could I do on the mat? I started training at HMA Oklahoma, and I fell in love with every single part of the program. I didn't want to leave. I got on the mats and immediately felt at home. I worked hard, I did my best, I went up through the belts, and then somehow managed to be in charge of the after-school program that I started working at. Long's Martial Arts has given me a sense of purpose that I had been lacking since I left the military. So leaving the Army and being dropped into the civilian world with no preparations can be very taxing on someone who's not prepared. So Long's Martial Arts gave me that smooth transition. I'm pushed to my physical and mental limits just like I was in the military. I also get yelled at and told where to go on a daily basis, so it's perfect for a veteran. My first leadership test, it really drove that concept home for me. I showed up at 6 a.m., had to train for 6 hours. I loved it. It's still my favorite memory since I started training. You push yourself hard, you try hard, and you try not to show that you're tired and in desperate need of a break, and then you look over at your fellow instructors and students and you realize they're just as tired as you, but you keep pushing. There's a camaraderie there, and it's really hard to explain, but something has to be experienced. There's so many incredible things that Long's Martial Arts and Taekwondo has done for me and my family. Everyone here is just amazing. My wife Bridget, she recently started taking classes. But she recently started taking classes, and as you can see, she's hooked. So she's testing today for her orange belt, so I am very proud. So she was kind of the last piece of my puzzle, because I had him already, so getting her on the mat, it put everything together. All right, first I would like to thank Grandmaster Wong for his perseverance and dedication. His ability to stay committed every day, it's astounding. I'd also like to thank Master Son for her optimism and for pushing me to start taking classes. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank Master Mimi. Here she is. That way? Okay. I'd like to thank Master Mimi for pushing me every day to be a better instructor. She's a constant inspiration to me. My level of dedication to Long's Martial Arts has a lot to do with me just wanting to do a good job. I'd also like to thank Ian Sabonim, Roland Sabonim, over there, JC Sabonim, and Jenren Sabonim, for their patience, dedication, and for basically putting up with me. Thank you, gentlemen. In closing, I'd like to read a quote from Henry Rollins. Half of life is screwing up, the other half is dealing with it. So no matter what your past is, no matter what your physical limitations are, no matter what society and media says you're supposed to be, you will always have a place here at Long's Martial Arts. Thank you very much.
First off, I would like to thank you for all that you've done for serving your country.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad that you found a place where you feel welcome. Again, Long's Martial Arts, we are like a big family here. I'd like to say that I've watched you grow at HMA3, and you've done a tremendous job. I'd also like to thank you for all you do at HMA3, keeping that place running. And for your essay, we give you an A+++, sir.
Thank you, sir.